Well, I'm just about done after that race. That was by far, in my opinion, the best race this season. Daniel Ricciardo comes through the field in the last couple of laps to win again, just like in Canada, with 3 laps to go. Passes Alonso and passes Hamilton, who are on much older tyres, to come through, win the race. Alonso second, Hamilton third, and then Rosberg came ever so close to passing Hamilton in the dying laps, finishes in fourth. I'm just going to go a quick run through the race, if I can. The race is just finished, and I'm just absolutely buzzing at the moment. But early on, Hamilton had a spin after starting from the pit lane, had a bit of damage with his car. The front left end plate was a bit damaged, so that was causing him a bit of trouble early on. From then on, the track was fairly greasy. Everyone was sliding around quite a bit. Then Marcus Erricson had a crash, brought out the first safety car of the race. Everyone switched on to slicks except for McLaren, who put on intermediates. It worked initially, and then the track sort of dried out and they had to come in again, so that really screwed over McLaren. Then the leaders stayed out and lost position to like Ricciardo, Button and Massa. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff. Then Grosjean crashed sometime later under the safety car. Under the safety car, and that delayed the safety car coming back in. Then Mercedes battled for a while with Vettel and Vergne, who Vergne was doing very well at the early stages of the race, just holding up everyone. It seems the Mercs couldn't get past. Rosberg had some kind of issues with his brakes early on, and I think that sorted out after a little while, so that all worked out for him. Then Hulkenberg retired after he hit Perez. That brought out another safety car, and then not long after, Sergio Perez had a crash of his own on the final corner, bringing out another safety car. Then Ricciardo stopped for new soft tyres. He was the only one, along with the 2 Williams cars, who put on the harder tyres, and they were planning to go to the end, but that didn't work. And then not long after that, we had Sebastian Vettel having a spin on the final corner, like just like Perez did, but Vettel didn't crash. So that was a very lucky save from Vettel there. I just don't know how he didn't hit that wall, but thankfully for him, he was able to carry on and finish in, I think it was 8th or 7th or something like that. Just crazy stuff. And then Ricciardo had to come in again because he had the oldest tyres out of everyone. He came in. Then Alonso assumed the race lead. And then from there, we had Hamilton and Rosberg battling each other. There was team orders from Mercedes trying to get Hamilton to let Rosberg through because they weren't on the same strategy. And that proved to be pretty telling because, in actual fact, Hamilton was racing with Rosberg. If he would have let Rosberg go by, he would have had maybe 5 seconds at least before his next stop, and then Rosberg would have easily caught him towards the end of the race. So it was actually a bit of a bad strategy call from Mercedes, even though they were actually racing. They would have been racing by the end of the race, and turns out they were. So Hamilton stuck to his guns, didn't let Rosberg back through. Rosberg complaining quite a bit on the radio. From his point of view, I guess you could understand that your race was getting held up, but effectively he was racing Hamilton, so in my opinion, it was fairly fair. And then in the dying laps, Ricciardo caught up to the back of Alonso and Rosberg. They were trailing each other for a while. It looked like in the dying couple of laps, Ricciardo wasn't going to get the move done, but then all of a sudden, Hamilton was struggling, and then eventually Alonso was struggling as well. Rosberg was catching him at almost 2 or 3 seconds a lap in the dying laps, but in the end, Ricciardo got past both of them, sailed off into the distance, and allowed Alonso and Hamilton to battle each other. And then on the dying couple of laps, Hamilton and Rosberg were just battling each other quite a bit. Hamilton squeezed out Rosberg turn 2, I believe, squeezed him onto the grass a little bit, but on the last lap, or second last lap, I think it's I guess you could allow that, I suppose, but they're racing hard, I guess, and what can you do? Rosberg ended up in 4th, Hamilton 3rd, Alonso 2nd, Ricciardo in 1st. I apologise if this commentary has been a bit scrappy, but the race is just finished, and my head is spinning right now. But let me know what you guys thought of the race. Who was your driver of the day? Oh my god, how can you pick a driver of the day after that? The racing was just so awesome, right from start to finish. The middle part was a bit strategic, the rain, intermediate conditions, Everyone was racing all over the place. It was just hard to keep track of what was going on right throughout the race. But I think for me, possibly Hamilton getting driver of the day, coming from the pit lane to finish in third. That is absolutely awesome. And considering it's Hungary, one of the toughest tracks on the entire calendar to overtake, for Hamilton to get the third from where he started was absolutely fantastic. And it would have been a record breaker if he would have won the race, because no one has ever won from beyond 20th or 22nd and winning a race. So unfortunate there for Hamilton, but he does finish in front of Rosberg and closes up the lead ever so slightly to him. So the top 10 runners in the race were Ricciardo, Alonso, Hamilton, Rosberg, Massa, Raikkonen, Vettel, Bottas, and Vergne. So, guys, let me know, as always, who was your driver of the day. Let me know what you thought of the Grand Prix. This race is going to be talked about a long time to come. I think it's going to be the best race of the season. I really, honestly can't see any more races being topped. This has to be the best race of the season. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm just rambling now, but yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are. Until I think the next race is in Spa. It's going to be so many weeks away, but yeah, we're going to be talking about this race for many, many years to come. So that's been this video for today. Until my next one, guys, I'll see you next time.